Ladies and gentlemen, on overview to our scanning, and then of course this is typically the related cases to personal IDs, and then also what they call different properties values, and then is it actually tax based, and then for those tax based, of course, yeah, I may say it, this is my landing 2004, and then I have a property value in the basement of apartments, which is 15 the storage or more, or at least for a year. And then the property values here, they did a tax refund for that particularly. And then also we have 2-story buildings and plus a basement. That is roughly 3 stories. So townhouse, and then for which also there is listed a property on my name, and listed all with the other roommates we have. The properties we said, the properties, that particular properties is a townhouse. And then from there also I have my own apartments, which you can see there is described on the ID also, and then which I scanned there, 314 One Cliff one, and then the property is also listed there. That is what they call property values. If you talk for that one, they did the tax refund for the townhouse, they did tax refund for the basement, they did tax refund. Only here, these properties, of course, I did this one, what they call the address change, and then to sell of those properties, the previous properties, and then to give it back to what? To the government, so that the government will only recognize I'm in this one. So from there I went there, and then of course the haircut people refused, because I was first with the haircut, and then before I go to driver's license. And then there also the police record can indicate there the police were called there at the haircut office upon this one. After I received the haircut, and then it owned no property value, and then I took it back there to them, I complained, and then I talk of the change of that, and then they said let me do a process later there. I did the form, and then with that form it failed, and then police were called there by me to register that issued, and then that problems, and then because the problems was registered, and then those are the police officers there, and then I proceed to the to driver's license, and then I did the address change. I received a letter from them, proof of the letter that the address is changed properly, and then name change, and then text change, and then property value change to this address. And then of course now what we have the problems was issued after few months or a few weeks, because it will take how many weeks? 4 weeks for the driver's license or for the haircut to get to the mailbox. Right? I've been waiting for a month, and then after 1 month, and then I was called for a meeting with the CGS. That is the CGS Canada Certified General Accountant meeting. So that is in a hotel, Hilton Hotel. So Hilton Hotel is a big also unit, and it has a large storage, a building which goes up. Okay, so it's a very tall building, and then of course we were located second floor. For that meeting, we have cafe there like this. We have a cafe which you can serve yourself, and we have a classroom. They send the classroom there. They distribute for us pens like this, and then books to write, and then there are also flyers which is concerning those areas. And then they were checking for the people if we are able to go back to schools, if you can go and join Loretan University or MBA programs. Other MBA programs, we will be interested to further educations. So for me, I'm not interested in those orders. So what I said there was I was not idle. I was listing to build additional railway stations in Africa. That's what I was listing in the meeting room. So maybe I'm all writing railways issues, and then my plan doesn't match with the CGS. I really have no idea which cameras they have there. And then the woman there pop up and told me I should pay a little bit attention. I said fine. And then I raised my railway issues. I said I have only problems here. I want to build a railway. That's what I raised the problem there. And then the woman said that is not her concern. And then she told me how many times am I gonna come and attend the meeting. So I said not much because you called me. Of course I was called for the meeting. So that is how the conflict begins. And then from there she called the police, and then she says I should not leave until the police get here. So I sit down, and then I wait for the police only. That's the only problems we have there at the meeting, because the meeting was scheduled, of course. And then I wait for the police. They come, and then they said let me pull my driver's license. That's all the problem is. I don't know who brought them, and then one of the police officers said they're interested at selling a vehicle. They want to trade their vehicles. They're trading a vehicle, and then they have to take away my driver's license. I should agree with them. And then from there, they just disable me on the wall, and then they force. And then because I wear not a suit, but I wear additionally casual. That is, I have my sweaters, a zip sweater which is halfway like this. I put on me, and then everything looks smart and good and then presentable. And then they just disable me on the wall, and then they took additional passport photo of me, because the guy went with them. Is like a star, or I don't know if they just grabbed the guy because the guy is a comedian or what, crazy, I don't know. If he's a newcomer to the countries, and then they book hotel, I don't know. Then the guy just photographed me, and then the police, they are searching for my driver's license. And then I also called another police for the guy, because our channel called one police, they called police. Also went, the police took me downstairs, called another police. And then my police drive with the police vehicles, and then I stop on the King Street, and then pulled there over, and then they put the police alarm vehicle light on, and then the officers just come and then ask those officers if they can provide back that driver's license to me, because the driver's license was punctured, indicating that there is a change coming, because that's the old address I have there. And then they have to renew. Once they renew, and then I will have my new one with this one, with this address, and then the old one I will just keep it away, right? So that's why they order from me my properties, because my property values is I have two driver's license there, okay, one from Bully, and then one from Moncliff. That is the two of them. They took all of them, both of them. And then that is the two property values, 2-story buildings, and then the 8-story buildings, because then the 15-story building was taken also away from me. That was from my luggages. Someone searched my luggages, and then stole the property's address from it. So I was having how many? 3 of them there. So supposed to be this one is 4 address they're supposed to be. And then because I changed this one, and then I moved to there, I change, and then I moved to there, I change, and then I move here, I change. And then that's supposed to be how many? 4 of them, I think. So but those are, because the puncher, they are not for use, because they are for my record purpose, for my record. Like this, suppose I can scan it all there, you can see, and then this is it through, this is the address there, this is the address there, this is the address there. Suppose, and then that's why we only scan how many want address there, and that is also photocopy is a fake, because the original was removed. except the address is on what, on the PR only. If you look at the government ID card, then of course the address which is there is on the PR only, and then I scanned it there today also there for that particular address and address. So that is the only thing. So what shall I do? So that is the police call, that is the police calls, and then who is the culprit there? Could be the people, of course, where I'm renting currently. So that could be the problems. Maybe they don't know because the government want what? They want each resident to file the tax and then get that tax return, and then they want their money. So if they want their money, how much money here for these properties? I think one of the built departments for water and heat estimated these buildings, this unit which I'm speaking in, is 200,000 incentive. This is 200,000 incentive. Let's say 2010 did not collect it up to 2021 for this year. So that's 2010 to this year, roughly, let's say that is roughly 11 years. No collections of tax. So the government see 200,000 is missing. That is 200,000 times 11. That is roughly 22 million. 200,000, 22 million or 2 millions. I'm not too sure. Yeah, probably. So that could be 2 millions. Yeah, definitely. Because 2 million, 2 million maybe 200,000, or I mean the 22. I'm not too sure. So I did not do the calculation. So if you see, that is up to you, and then you can calculate how much that could be. So if you see 200 times at least 10, that is at least one. That is at least 2 millions there. That is 2 millions. Then another one which is the 10. That is to do with the another 2 million, which is 4 millions there, and then now plus the what, plus the 4, which is the 4, which is 8. Okay, 800,000. That is roughly 4,800,000 to do. So basically, and then plus there 2. Yeah, so roughly there. So could be more than 4 million. So could be more than 5 million. So that is typically and basically. So if you look there, or we just whatever we calculate physically, then you may have it is way not beyond. So that is roughly 2,200,000. So 2,200,000, as we said in the first times, but that is too much different raw messages. That is 2,200,000. So basically, which has not been entered to the government. If the actual that is that much property value, so that is a lot of debts, then who caused it? Not me. They're the one who caused it. Because for me, I went there, I asked for the tax refund, I provided the hospital given the address here. For this one, they said that's not valid. They want a property value. So a government is a government. I'm too small for the government. And this home is also too small if they unless they say they're too big, because they say they are that is them that they have it, and then they have it, and then they have another person who normally do backlogs, and then that is upon the backlogs. So with that is not me. The police will only beat their decisions, not me, because I will only provide what my failures. That is my failure, which I will provide. What will I provide else? That is it. That's it. So if that is also their failure because they provided, that's their failure. And if that is not their failure, could be they went and they found you have a property value that, and they collected this $700 from the properties for rent. Someone are planning, and then they were trying to suggest to help, ease my tension and ease my problems. But shall that be the problems? What am I gonna do with those kind of properties? Myself, I leave it as a government subsidized, because that's why I moved from there. I was authorized by certain works. That is a work related issues, because which take me to across Canada, to west part of Canada, and then to go and look for jobs. That's why I was working west Canada. And then from there, that is only I got the surgeries. And then that's why they told me the best is this one. Let me come back to London, because that area already they already surgered me, and then I cannot work there, I cannot stay there. Whatever they can go and disable my jobs, I will be home yet. It's not gonna work. So let me go back to London. So I was deported from West Canada to this one, Ontario. That's why it's deportation. Deportation issue is different from what people really thinking. So that is way beyond it. So so that is what. If those previous buildings, of course, that is government subsidized. The person who entered there again is also government subsidized. The government want what? The tax from the individual. So the individual is collecting the tax there. So on overview, if the property value is still denied here, and then I cannot own the address beside my name, and then nothing can do there, and then we may say what shall we do? That is upon to the government again, and then we will make another government decisions of another countries of a residency for me, and then we will do this equivalence of property value, which is there. Maybe it may go and ease the tensions we have again. That is overview. If it can be done in Africa, we can do that. If no, and then of course, this is the big dilemma for me. This is whose dilemma, the individuals. So overview, that is just me, Wayne Hassan, as is it on.